Welcome to Topic A, everyone. I'm your host, Gary Perna. This week on Topic A, we are speaking with two board members from the Palermo Heart to Heart Foundation. We're going to talk all about the foundation, what it does, and about the Beads of Courage project. All that coming up on Topic A, only on WYLN.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
On the next Warrior Summit Outdoors, I think about warriors of days gone by and how they recovered from combat in the great outdoors. And as part of looking back into history, I'm going to visit the manufacturer of an old-fashioned rifle, the muzzleloader flintlock. History can teach a lot, and we'll be learning on the next Warrior Summit Outdoors.
And welcome back to Topic A, everyone. I'm very pleased to be joined by Dave Palermo, who is the president of the Palermo Heart to Heart Foundation, and Donna Palermo, who is the secretary of the foundation as well. Both of you, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Donna, you're no stranger to the programming here at WYLN. So, you know, I'm very excited when we got the phone call from you, Dave, saying, you know, you want to come on Topic A and we want to talk about the foundation and, of course, the Beads of Courage, which is a great program. We're going to learn all about it in this half-hour show. But first, give us a little bit of a history of the Palermo Heart to Heart Foundation. How did it come about and how did it get created?
Well, this was all started originally over my brother Frank Frog Palermo, who was in need of a heart transplant. And through some effort of his good friend Bunny Doritas years ago, they put together a family event to raise some funds to try to help my brother's case to have the heart transplant. So they held it out at Bunny's place out on 93. The community really came out and supported it. As luck would have it, a few days later, my brother gets the phone call, and we get out to Presbyterian Hospital in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. And from that, we started having golf tournaments just to kind of raise some internal money to help them, and it went from that into what it is today, helping children across the state of Pennsylvania.
And that's something so unique. You know, it's based right here in the greater Hazleton area, but the Palermo Heart to Heart Foundation, you know, reaches out across Pennsylvania, you know, to Pittsburgh. Many times we've done a lot of stories with you guys at Janet Wise Children's Hospital in Geisinger. You know, so it's a truly great foundation. And bringing in the Beads of Courage with these children who are going through whatever it may be at the hospitals is really cool to go and see. It's really touching. I've been out there a couple times with you guys, and you know, so I guess Dave or Donna, can you a little explain about the Beads of Courage and how you guys teamed up with them to bring this project here to Pennsylvania?
Well, you know, we had done the typical Make-A-Wish kind of format in the years prior to us doing Beads of Courage. We were only able to help 2 or 3 families because it's kind of costly. a good friend of ours, Dr. Jim Powell, he would identify families for us, and we'd send them to Key West, to Disneyland, to Virginia, and it was nice. But we always wanted a bigger venue to try to help more people. My nephew, Georgie Joseph, calls me one day and says, "Uncle, you got to watch CBS Sunday Morning Show. There's a program on that I think you're going to like." We put it on, and it just connected. This is the way that we could reach out and help more children. In 2010, we saw that. In 2011, as a board, we voted to make it our charity of choice. Since then, we've included 4 member hospitals, Penn State Hershey, Janet Wise, and 2 in Pittsburgh, the Children's Hospital Pittsburgh, and a smaller specialty home called the Children's Home and Lemieux Family Center. We probably touch close to 1,000 children a year in what we do in a very meaningful way with these beads. It's a tangible way for children and their families to record the path that they take as they're being treated.
And I know each bead, and some of the photos here are of some of the children that have gone through the program, but each bead represents a step or a process that they've gone through, you know, in their battle. And it's pretty, you know, neat to see the kids coming together and bead them and put them on, and they tell you what this bead means. And I mean, Donna, you get to see that, and it just amazes me, number one, seeing these kids go through all this, and number two, seeing, you know, their faces light up when they can go out and do something and they're not stuck in their hospital room all the time.
Well, it means a lot to the child, and it's their path. It's telling their story, and for many of them, it's their life story. For instance, the brown bead, it's the bead that shows like when they first lose their hair. So that's a tough bead to get.
Right.
So, you know, for a child to lose their hair, that's a lot. Their first chemo treatment or their blood transfusion. So each bead tells a story. The yellow bead is like the support of the family unit. So, which is very, very, you know, instrumental for these children. But they take such great pride in their beads. An average child has 500 beads.
Wow.
Some have 1,000 beads. So I know the one, if you look on the video on the website, the father carries the child's beads because there's so many, it's too heavy for that child. That's how many treatments that child went through. So it's really touching. I mean, if you look at that video, you'd be very hard pressed not to really tear up and cry watching this video just to see what these children go through.
I experienced one thing that was had a big impact on me. I was out at Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. There was a small infant, maybe 2 years old, getting pushed into surgery. I'm walking down the hall with the child and her mother. Out there, they let the parent go in the operating room with their child. This woman had the bag of beads, and she said, "I can't do nothing for my daughter. She's being operated on, but I'm going to sit there, pray, and have good thoughts of her, and I'm going to string these beads that she's collected. So one day I'm going to be able to show it to her and let her know that she could accomplish anything that she wants." It really was a powerful moment in my whole experience with this.
That's what I was going to say. You know, you guys are there a lot of the times when, you know, they're stringing the beads or putting something on. You hear the stories from the mom, the dads, maybe the brothers, the sisters are there. You know, and it really must have to touch you. It pulls at your heart constantly.
There's nothing like it. You can't explain that experience. Every so often, when we do have the golf tournaments as a fundraiser, the children will come, one child and the parents, and to see that child and just know what they're going through, and have them wearing their beads, and then to hear the parents talk about how important the program is to them, because a lot of times, you know, they're sick, they're going through this, and they really don't know exactly how sick they are, but they do know that for every treatment they're getting this bead, and they're stringing the beads, and it's something that they look forward to.
They actually did a study out in University of Arizona to show that these beads have a therapeutic value, that children before that never would get a needle. Now come up, go, I'm going to get my needle, but I want my bead first. So there is a true way to let this improve their health, and on top of being a great story.
You know, and it has now branched into getting multiple people involved. You know, you guys went out there, it was the board, friends came out to do something, and we're going to talk in a little bit about how the community is getting involved, how first responders are now getting involved, carrying beads with them, which I really thought was a cool idea. And I guess this kind of goes back to the goals of the foundation and getting people behind this to give these kids so they have something to see and they can relate to that person maybe they're getting a bead from.
Right.
You know, for us, this is our 25th year.
Wow.
For the longest time, we did it through the generosity of our friends and family and the Gans family letting us have the Whitetail Preserve to have our events at. So we really didn't need to go out to the community.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we're reaching almost 1,000 children a year, if not more, it's really become a big effort. Mm-hmm. And so we've come up with different campaigns to bring them in. And, you know, it goes back to how this community responded to my brother. You know, we're an old-time family in Hazleton. We would like to think we always gave back. My father was one of the organizers of the Police Athletic League. Mm-hmm. So now it's our time to give back to the community that's been so good to us. And we make no qualms about it that what we do, we can only do with the efforts of our supporters and contributors. So, you know, we really are thankful to our community that we live in.
Okay, all right, we're going to stop right there. When we come back here on Topic 8, we're going to talk about some programs that now are involving first responders and the community as well. When we come back here on Topic 8, only on WYLN.
The LC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton proudly presents 1224, December 29th at 7 p.m. This Christmas concert combines holiday music with a theatrical rock edge and a musical storyline to create a holiday show suitable for fans of all ages. 1224, featuring the music of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra as well as their own holiday creations. It's the magic of Christmas brought to life at every show. December 29th at 7 p.m. at the LC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton. Tickets are on sale now. The Beer Garage, 202 East Diamond Avenue in Hazleton. More than just beer. Coffee, all sizes, only $1. Get your lottery tickets here, too. Stop in today, The Beer Garage in Hazleton.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Welcome to Fairway Chevrolet, Pennsylvania's #1 truck dealer. From the longest-lasting, most dependable full-size pickup, the tough all-new Silverado, to the rugged 3500 Chevy dump truck, Fairway has your truck. Express cargo van, 2500 utility, 3500 cube, 3500 cube utility with service body, or we'll upfit any body style to meet your needs. Sales, service, or parts. Make no mistake about it, Fairway Chevrolet is Pennsylvania's #1 truck dealer.
Combined Insurance makes it easy to protect you and your loved ones by paying cash directly to you when you need it most. Whether you're looking for accident and sickness, disability, or life coverage, Combined Insurance has a policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call John Ravello, 570-499-0504 for an appointment to help determine the best coverage for you. That's John Ravello, 570-499-0504. Pennsylvania Pipeline Music TV features performances and interviews with the best musicians from all over, showcasing their original music and sharing their stories. Watch Pennsylvania Pipeline Music TV Thursdays at 8, Sundays at 9 on WYLN TV 35.
And welcome back, everyone, to Topic A, and I'm talking with Dave and Donna Palermo from the Palermo Heart to Heart Foundation, based right here in the greater Hazleton area. And we were talking about some of the great work that they do with the Beads of Courage, bringing beads and these stories of children from the local hospitals throughout Pennsylvania, I should just say local, throughout Pennsylvania. And recently, the Palermo Foundation put a challenge out to local first responders, police departments, fire departments, EMS providers, to carry a bead with them in the story, and I'm wearing one. They have their whole necklaces here with them. But Dave, talk a little bit about this program and why it was important to get the first responders involved with this program and how it connects with the kids.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. As we were growing up, who do we look up to? You know, police and firemen, and you know, the emergency management people that also do it. So it was a natural fit. So we put together this campaign that we call Badges and Boots. I approached some of the good people in our community, in both the fire and police departments, and you know, to use their term, we asked them to answer the call and to wear a bead in honor of a child in treatment. They're doing it for the month of November. They're wearing a bead such as the one you have on while they're fighting fires, while they're protecting our communities, and while they're going out treating sick people. And what we're going to do from that is we're going to collect all those beads. They're going to write a little note of encouragement with it. There's 2 beads. One they'll keep as a memento as participating in this program. The other one, we're going to visit the local hospitals, Janet Wise and Penn State Hershey, and have them give them to the children in their uniform. And I'm telling you, the kids' eyes are going to light up. It's going to be a pretty satisfying day for us.
I know when the announcement was made, it was down at the Butler Township Center. Hazleton Fire Department, Police Department, Butler Township Police, West Hazleton, a slew of them were there, and the guys we spoke to were the honor that we could do this and help the kids. You know, you think of it, yeah, you're right. You know, these kids are sitting in the hospitals, and you know, they're maybe playing on their iPads and they're playing a game with the firefighters or the police are in it. You know, so this was a really cool idea, and makes it personal because the firefighters get to write the message to them. So that has to be really neat.
What was really nice too is Jerry Palermo Jr., who is a police officer in Butler Township. He coordinated everything with the police and kind of put that together for us and made all those contacts as well. And he made a comment that these children look up to them as heroes, but really in reality, the children are the heroes to the police and the firemen. So it was really a touching ceremony down there at Butler Township, and the support was tremendous. And now we're looking again to expand that, not only in Greater Hazleton, but your whole coverage area. It's the whole coverage area. You know, Berwick, Williamsport, Whitehaven, you know, East Stroudsburg. So we're looking to expand that program to include a lot of other first responders as well.
And I think that's a great idea, and you know, I love the whole message behind it.
If I could just add, the therapeutic side to this is children, and I've seen it, when they get these beads, they realize they're not alone as they're going through their treatment. And it really has an impact on them. It also allows their parents to also understand that there's people out there that care about their children, while parents are, you know, stuck to that lounge chair to be with their children every day that they're in treatment. There's people out there, there's firemen and police and emergency management people that are going out and spending time and driving around with the memory of their child in their mind. It's a pretty powerful thing.
And you know, the work that you guys do with this program and seeing all this, you know, before the break we were talking some stories Dave was sharing, you know, sometimes the kids know the results, sometimes they don't. Sometimes these kids, they live full lives, adults, everything. Unfortunately, sometimes not so. And you know, we talked about how that tugs at our heartstrings here. And in the commercial break, Dave, you had mentioned a story to me about a child in Philadelphia, and I'd really like for you if you could share that story, because that really touched me, and it really shows what this project is all about.
Yeah, Beads of Courage contacted us and said there's a child in treatment down in Philadelphia that's asking for beads that are sent to their house, but also asking for an iPad. I said, look, we'd be more than happy to do it, but I want to meet this young lady. I want to spend the day with her. So I go down to Children's Hospital. I meet her in the lobby, and she's kind of reserved, and we talked a little bit. We go up in the elevator. Now she gets on her floor. This is her world, and she takes over. If you ever meet young Brooke, she could be the mayor of any big town city. So she takes over. We sit down. She goes for her treatment. I'm talking to her mother. Brooke, when she has neuroblastoma, she went from having a chronic disease to relapsing, and when you relapse with it, it becomes terminal. Talking to her mother in front of Brooke, Amy starts telling me about how she might not see her next birthday, and I'm kind of like, can we keep it quiet? And Amy said, look, Dave, Brooke understands everything, and Brooke turns to me and starts telling me how she's comfortable with this, that she is not angry that she got cancer, she's not upset that for some reason it's affecting her, but somehow, somewhere, something good's going to come out of this. And this young lady, she opens up her iPad. She kept jumping up and down for 5 minutes, couldn't stop. And I spent probably 6-7 hours with them. And this young lady, to this day, she keeps getting clinical trials that keep suppressing this disease for her. And I truly hope nothing but the best. And I'm hoping for a miracle to happen in her life. But these beads, once again, they used to give stickers to kids in the hospital. And the woman that started this at Beads of Courage, she was a pediatric nurse. She said, Dave, I'd find a sticker on the floor in the sheets. She connected the beads to that type of program because they have a saying that it allows a child to record, own, and tell their story of survival. And it really does. It's just a powerful tool. So,
and we talked about the getting the first responders involved, but now you guys are looking at getting the community involved as a whole and launching this new project through the month of December.
Right. It's called Community for Courage, and what we're asking is the community to get involved, the businesses, the nonprofit organizations, individuals. So we'd like to get the businesses and everybody else involved in the community, and they could do that by basically, we have a couple levels. We have a hope level, we have an honor level, and we also have a higher up level, a strength level, where if you have a large business and you want to get, say, 100 employees involved in this to wear and carry a bead and then write that message to that child, we have those levels that we'll go and we'll meet with these larger corporations one-on-one, and even the smaller ones as well. So what we're looking for right now is for businesses, if it's a large business, a small business, any type of business, an individual can call us and say, I would like to purchase a packet to carry a bead for a child, and write them a nice note. And then what we do is we collect these beads, and then Dave will then send them to be distributed to the children. So right now it is Community for Courage, and we're looking for our community to get involved and help these children.
We've actually done this before, but not under this name, where we went into businesses, and what they do is the one company bought 25 kits, and it's a way back for their community, for their company to give back to the community. But what they've also found is it creates a type of bonding with their employees. It makes them better employees, better citizens, and it really worked nice. So. We're really asking all the businesses in our area and the nonprofits that, this is a way to give back, but it's also a way to create a better atmosphere within your company that probably already exists. But it really is a bonding mechanism that we'd like to be involved with them with.
Nice way to get out there and tell the story. Again, the beads tell the story. So when you go out and explain to them, how many beads these children have, how many treatments they have to go through, and what each bead means to these children, it's really a very touching story, and it's so critical for the children.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back here on Topic A, only on WYLA.
The Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy
at making fine candy for family and friends to behold.
Word spread through the land
that Victoria's candies would one day be leading the rest. Now that day is here,
for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
Family owned and operated, the experienced professionals at Lehigh Tire have served the residents of the greater Hazleton area for over 55 years. From our full line of passenger, light truck, and commercial tires to our automotive services, including tune-ups, inspections, oil changes, and alignments.
Every time I've ever done business here, they've been very polite, straightforward, and the job gets done quickly and right.
Find the right tire for the right price today at Lehigh Tire.
Do-it-yourself stores may be fine for garden hoses and 2x4s, but appliances? Those guys may know these washers. But Grand Central knows these washers, and ranges, and refrigerators, and more. GE and GE Profile appliances are designed to reflect the modern approach to style, with clean lines and a streamlined look for today's kitchens. So for wood screws and wheelbarrows, go ahead, do it yourself. But for the right appliances at the right price, let Grand Central do it for you.
Tickets are now on sale for the annual Sounds of the Season concert at the Alice C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton. Ring in the holidays with performances by the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana and the Freeland Community Choir under the direction of Jackie Wetzel. The audience will be invited to join in the singing of traditional holiday music along with full orchestra and chorus. Advance tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. Sounds of the Season is brought to you by these businesses.
Need help finding gifts for friends and family this year? Watch WYLN's Holiday Shopping Showcase premiering Black Friday, November 27th. Check your local listings for broadcast times. Let us help you find that perfect gift this holiday season.
And welcome back to Topic, everyone. In our closing about 2 minutes, Donna, I want to give you guys the opportunity to talk about some events that are coming up to benefit this wonderful organization you guys have.
Well, in April we'll be having our second annual Night at the Races. As you know, we have to raise funds in order to support the programs for these children. So we did that last year, our inaugural race, and that turned out really well. So the community supported us in that. Naturally, we do have our annual golf outing. That's been our longest running fundraiser, and the businesses and the family really supports us in that. So that will be taking place in July. Davey started last year the first Bands for Beads. That was in Pittsburgh. We have an advisory board in Pittsburgh as well. So Dave will be working on that again to improve on that, which was a great success for the first time that we did that. And even though it's not a fundraiser, one of the great things we did with the children in cooperation with Ronald McDonald's house is at Camp Victory. Camp Dose is the week where the children go, and it's a nice camp with the cabins, swimming pools. They even had horseback riding and everything. We provided Rita's Ice for the kids. After they had their lunch, they would come out and line up, and we would give them Rita's Ice in cooperation with Pat over there at Rita's Ice. So that's just a nice event. But the fundraisers, it's our bread and butter, so to speak. So we have to have great fundraisers in order to support the Beads of Courage program and provide these hospitals with the much-needed monies that they need to continue to help these children.
Okay, all right, well, that just about takes us out of time, and I remind everyone up on the screen, the website, palermo-foundation.org. You can get all the information there. If you have any questions, you can contact them through the contacts page. Great foundation. These guys are always keeping us up to date here at WYL and what's going on, so this is something truly to get involved in to help out. Donna, Dave, thank you so much for coming on and sharing with me. You're welcome back anytime on Topic A to talk about this foundation. Again, everyone, thanks for joining us, and remember, palermo-foundation.org for all the information here. And that does it for us on Topic A, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll catch you next time here, and only here, on Topic A.